Hey friends, it's me, Jennifer Jayde. I wanted to hop on here real quick. As you can tell, I'm just walking in from the gym, but I'm learning more and more that when I get these aha moments, these epiphanies that are coming through to be shared with you, I'm getting that nudge, that tapping on the shoulder to share them with you. I need to get them out to you right away because otherwise they just flutter on and I forget about them and the distractions take over. And then I never get the message to you that for a moment in time I was so excited to get to you. So let me know if you're here. I saw Christy's already saying hi in California. Hey, Christy. God, I hope I get to see you soon. I'm going to do a quick share of this because I have some girls in a group that I know would love to see this as well, but I wanted to make sure this was public so everyone could watch. If you're watching the replay, say hi, say hello, let me know you're watching the replay, let me know where you're watching from, and if you're here live, let me know where you're watching live from. Are you in Canada somewhere? Are you in the US somewhere? Are you overseas somewhere? Let me know. I usually do these in the evenings, but I know a lot of our UK friends are sleeping at that time, so let me know where you're at. I'm going to do a quick, while you're saying hi and letting me know where you're at, I'm going to quickly just share this. So just bear with me for about 30 seconds or less. Awesome. Thanks, guys, for waiting. Okay, so did you let me know where you're at, where you're watching from? Oh, hi, Christina. Yay. Yay, Christy. I'm so happy we're going to make it work. Woo! I'm so excited. Okay, let's do this. Okay, so for those of you who are not super familiar with me, my name is Jennifer Jayde, and I help people. I used to say women, but I've noticed more and more men coming out of the woodwork. I help people live a soul-aligned life, and what that means is no more doing things that are out of alignment for you. If that's a 9-to-5 job that is really draining you and depleting you, that you don't feel aligned and excited by doing anymore, if you're feeling like you're not having that sense of fulfillment in your workplace, maybe you're an entrepreneur and the reason you got started in your business really excited you and inspired you, but you've hit some kind of plateau and you're not able to break through to that next level. While I help you with these things. If you are in a corporate job and you love the company you work with, you want to stay there, but you want to rise into being a better leader and therefore need to be a better version of yourself, a more awakened, a more conscious version of yourself, well, you're in the right place. So I help people get through the blocks, the mind weeds, the energy, and the things that are holding you back from truly moving in to the version of you that you are always meant to be. You know what I'm thinking of is, was it Michelangelo? And he said that David always existed within the clay. He just was chipping away all the parts that didn't belong. And so I feel like that's what I help people with. I help you chip away all the parts that don't belong, that don't serve you, so that your masterpiece can be revealed to the world, both for your benefit and for the benefit of the world. So anyway, let's get started. I have been obsessed with self-development, personal growth, spiritual growth, since I was a kid. I thank my mom for that, if she's around, because she was very much into it too. And so I just was always reading her books as a little girl, and learning as much as I could. And that's just grown as I got older. I wanted more. I started traveling more to more events, going to more conferences, workshops, retreats, working with coaches, all of these things. You know, some people are really joyfully obsessed with health, fitness, nutrition. Some people love history. Some people I used to be totally obsessed with photography, art, any of these things. But for me, it's really always been the personal development, spiritual growth, that side of things. I love reading books about near-death experiences, just like things that are a little bit beyond the grasp of human comprehension, and really going deep with what's possible and what's out there that we haven't discovered yet, or that science hasn't been able to prove or understand yet. That's what I love to learn more about, to talk about, to put into practice in my own life. Anyway, what I really felt called to share with you today is that, and let me know if you're here, let me know if you're watching, and let me know if anything that I'm saying resonates with you. Is there a part of my story that resonates with you, or sticks out to you, or that is similar to you in some way? I'd love to know what we have in common. Anyway, as I'm on this journey, right, and I'm reading all these self-help books, and and then I started listening to audiobooks because I could ingest them faster, and podcasts while I'm driving, and all of these beautiful things that have really served me. There's still always been this version of me that I hadn't fully stepped into. And try as I might to do a lot of courses, online courses, programs, listen to more Oprah and more things online, YouTube videos and things like that, it would help me incrementally. But I just knew that there was something deeper, like there was just something I was smacking my head up against, that I wasn't really fully embodying the role that I wanted to play in this life, how I wanted to show up in the world in whatever time that I have left. So a little story that I wanted to share with you is that, for those of you who are familiar, you already know that I worked in a 9-to-5. I worked in finance. Hi, Beth Joy. Thanks for being here. I worked in finance, and although there's absolutely nothing wrong with finance, I love the people I work with. We laughed every day. It just wasn't meant for me. It wasn't what lit me up. It wasn't my destination. I wasn't meant to stay in finance. And I could feel that in my soul. I could feel that I was dreading Mondays. I could feel that I was begging for it to be Friday or the weekend or holiday or vacation or Christmas or something that I could escape the 40-hour work week that I had and try and enjoy some parts of my life on the evenings and weekends. Well, I started feeling so drained and so depleted that I was just tired all the time. I was tired in the evenings to do anything fun. I just wanted to veg out on the couch and really do nothing. And on the weekends, same thing. No plans were the best plans. I just didn't want to do anything. I just needed to recoup and try and get my energy back up to go do another 40-hour work week of something that was really depleting me. And as I came to lose a family member quite young, not that far in age for me, I realized that if this was all that my life was, I would have regrets on my deathbed. I would not be happy with myself that I traded my precious time of my life away for dollars for something that I didn't even love to do. So I started making the transition to something that I would really love, and that was photography. I knew that as a kid, that's what I really wanted to be, and that's what I wanted to do. So I didn't just up and quit and one day I transitioned. I started building my side hustle, right? I started playing with the camera. I started learning about the business of photography. I started learning how to market myself. I started learning how to take better photos. I started, creating clients. And then as I could see some momentum coming, then I quit my job and I became a full-time destination wedding photographer. And I have to tell you, I will never forget those few years. I didn't do it for a long time. It happened really fast. They were some of the best years of my life, and I will never forget them because I could not believe that someone like me, someone who doesn't have any college degrees, someone who, comes from very humble beginnings, someone who doesn't have any extraordinary talents or abilities. I could not believe that someone like me, with no handouts or no head starts, could actually live something that I loved, that I could actually be paid to do something that I enjoyed, that made me feel lit up from the inside out. I couldn't believe that was possible for little old me. I thought that was reserved for the special people, the celebrities, the music artists, So as I awakened to this being possible, I realized I needed to tell the world. I needed to tell the world. I just wanted to go shake everybody on their shoulders who was living any kind of life that was less than lighting them up, less than fulfilling, less than happy, less than exciting, and say, you know what? Oh my gosh, do you know what's possible if you will just start to take one step at a time? Do you know that you don't need to be extraordinary talented or have these extra special abilities or have like rich parents or this amazing education, that you can truly be and do and have anything you want? I've heard it before. I heard people say it before, but I didn't believe it until I experienced it and I lived it for myself. And then the only thing that I wanted to do from that point on was tell other people that they could do it too. So I transitioned out of photography, even though I was traveling the world, getting paid for it, winning awards, like building this amazing brand that I loved. I wanted to do this next thing even more. I wanted to spread this message even more. So I did, and I transitioned to what I do now. And even though I went full-time with this business in October 2015, so just over 2 years ago, even though I did that, and even though I've been through the roller coaster of emotions, of starting a new business, anyone here that's an entrepreneur, you might know what I'm talking about. Let me know if you have started your own business and you know what the heck I'm talking about, the emotional roller coaster ride that is being a business owner. So I've been going through that. Even though I've been a business owner before, I'd never had a business like this. So it was still new to me in a way. I've been loving what I've been doing. I've been growing. It used to terrify me to do Facebook Live. The thought of that terrified me because I couldn't edit what I was saying, or, if I messed up, you would see it live. I couldn't chop that out later on. So, a lot of growth along the way, but still, there was something that I saw myself doing that I wasn't doing. There was something that I wanted to be doing so bad, and I was holding myself back. There was something that I envisioned, I dreamed of, that I knew eventually I would be doing, but I kept delaying. So let me know in the comments, can you relate to something that you've really wanted to do, but have procrastinated big time? That you have let a month go by, or 6 months go by, or a year go by. And in my case, I let 4 years go by. 4 years. So 4 years ago, this is the meat and potatoes of the story that I really wanted to get to. I give the backstory for anyone that's not super familiar with me or who the hell I am or what I'd even do. So 4 years ago, when I was in that place of falling out of love with the business of photography, I still love photography, I still love taking pictures, just not as my livelihood. When I realized that that wasn't lighting me up anymore, there was a moment, 18 months moment, where I didn't know exactly what I would be doing next. I knew that I wanted to help other people, but I didn't know what that was. I had never heard of coaching. I didn't know about this online world. I didn't know that existed. So I felt very lost. And I was losing hope, and I thought that I was just going to have to settle for this, mediocre type of happiness. I wasn't even happy, so I don't even know what you would call it. And I started working with a network marketing company around that time. I had been using their products. I still do. I still think they're fantastic. And I thought, you know what? I'll go to one of these events with this network marketing company and just see what it's like. I won't be judgmental from the sidelines. I will go and immerse myself and see what it's like. This was 4 years ago. And I did. And you know what? I freaking loved it. I loved the people. I felt they were very positive, high energy, high vibe people. This was like their big annual event I went to. I loved that they were about personal growth. Of course, I loved that they were about personal growth, self-development, serving other people, helping other people feel better in their own lives. They were about creating a limitless, passive income and, living your dreams from wherever you wanted in the world. And of course, I was like, yeah, that ticks off so many boxes for me. It's the personal development, the self-help, helping others, being of service, being upbeat, being positive, creating, this life based around freedom and who you really are and what you want to do in helping others. So I loved it. And I spent a year really devoted to working in this network marketing company. And one of the things that I learned is the people who had done really well with the network marketing, they had built their own brand around the products. So I'm like, you know what? I need to build my own brand and my own messaging around these products. So I hired in the beginning of 2015, right? So this is about 6 months before I started what I do now. I hired someone to build me a website. It was going to be called Divinely Living, and it was going to be about mind, body, soul, and the body part was going to be the nutrition, the network marketing company that I was partnered with, and I was gung-ho with this. I was throwing myself. I was all in. I was going to all the live events, doing all the trainings, all the online trainings, reaching out to people, all that stuff. And as I was looking for further clarity to see if I was on the right path, because honestly, I had an inner niggling that I wasn't quite on the right path. Like, I was excited about what I was doing, but there was this unconscious part of me trying to come up into my consciousness that again, this wasn't my destination. Just like finance wasn't my destination, and apparently photography wasn't my destination like I once thought, that neither was network marketing, not for me anyways. So I was doing this meditation 4 years ago. I didn't really know how to meditate or what that even was, and I thought my mind was way too busy to actually meditate like real meditators do. So I was listening to a guided meditation. That was the best that I could do. And in this guided meditation, she just was so good at getting us relaxed and in this kind of in-between state of awake and asleep. And then she just left the space for silence. And she was so good at getting me into that space of relaxation and just like letting all my thoughts and worries just dissipate off to the sides, that suddenly and without warning, without expectation, this vision came through. And the vision was, it was kind of like playing on a movie screen in my mind's eye. And I was hosting live events in beautiful places in San Diego and Hawaii in particular. I think there was like a Bali or a Thailand in there as well, but I was very clear with Southern California and Hawaii for sure. And I woke up from this meditation like, what the hell? What? I have no idea what the heck that means, because I don't understand what this has to do with the nutritional products, the nutritional system and products of the network marketing company. I don't get it. So I never forgot it. I decided, well, hey, if I'm going to be doing this someday, I better go experience one. And so that's when I went on my first retreat, yoga retreat in Bali. Best experience of my life. If you want to go on the most amazing yoga retreat, message me. I'll give you the name of the woman who hosts them. She's Canadian, but she hosts them in Bali. Amazing. I'm going again someday. Anyway, side note. But why did it take me 4 years to get from that vision in that meditation to literally just yesterday booking the space in Southern California? Well, making it official. We've been planning and organizing for a while, but yesterday was when we signed our agreement. And today I opened registration for it. Why did that take me 4 years? And I don't know about you, 4 years is not a long time, but in some sense it is. Like, I might not be alive 4 years from now. I might not be alive 6 months from now. And I don't really want to be hesitating, waiting, being unclear, resisting, fearing, doing what my soul already knows I meant to be doing, or what would feel the most amazing for me to be doing in the world. So I don't want to keep waiting 4 years for things like that to come into my life, or for me to rise into the version of myself that's willing to go out on a limb and create things that really light me up from the inside out. No more waiting 4 years. And this is what I wanted to share with you today. If there is a part of you who knows that you are not in 100% complete and utter alignment with what would bring you the most amount of joy in your life, there is something inside of you holding you back. And you may have some conscious ideas of what that is, some surface level ideas, like maybe it's, I don't have the money, I don't have the time, or I've got to focus on my kids right now, or, I'll do it right after I finish doing this first, or, I'll get to it once I'm done this goal, or before I could ever do that, I need to achieve this first. Shouldn't you be doing this first before you do that? Isn't that what you're supposed to do? So these are all like surface level, inner critic, old beliefs, old patterns, resistance coming through. And if you picture, I'm picturing an ocean. So just picture these ideas that you may have been having, that you don't have the time, or you don't have the money, or you're not educated enough, or you're not prepared, or you need to do other things first. Picture that as, just rippling waves on the top of a sea. And below that, if you go deeper below the surface, you go down to where it's calm and it's deep, there's something down there that's not allowing, that you're keeping from floating to the surface. I feel like I could explain that better. There's something below the surface that is being suppressed or being held back for some reason. And I don't know, I can't tell you what that is for you, because it's going to be different for every single person. But what I had to do personally over the course of 4 years was figure out what on earth was holding me back from seeing that vision in the meditation, being like, yeah, that would be awesome. I mean, it wasn't something I was expecting to do, but man, I would freaking love to do that. And why did it take 4 years from that moment of clarity to just doing it now? And it's because I had layers of things that I needed to let go of. I needed to let go of the person who was limited in who she thought she was and what she thought she was capable of. I needed to let go of so many things. I needed to let go of the fear of being disloyal to certain family members if I were to start rising a bit higher. I needed to let go of guilt of moving far beyond my clients. I needed to let go of, oh gosh, I could go on and on. I mean, I can't describe 4 years of stuff in just a couple of minutes here, but what I do know is there's layers, but at the very base, there's a core. There is a core root to all of these things. And if you can just cut the crap between who you think you are, what your excuses are, the surface level excuses, you can get to like the mid-range kind of stuff. And you can get to this mid-range stuff with online courses and programs, and I've done that as well. But if you want to get to the root that would really just pull the plug on all this stuff right away, so that you don't have to be waiting 4 years to figure this stuff all out and work through all this stuff, then attending a live event would be so powerful for you. Let me know in the comments if you've ever been to a live event and you felt different when you left that event. You felt something shift, you felt your energy change, you felt your inspiration go through the roof, you felt your motivation go up. and you know that what you experienced in person was unlike anything that you've ever experienced through a computer screen. So let me know if you've ever had an experience like that. I went one step further, and I created something that is just for a small number of people. So it's not going to be a big event. There's not going to be tons of people there, and I'm not going to be speaking in general terms to, hopefully whoever's listening and trying to include everyone. This is going to be a small, intimate event that is customized to just the women who are there. And I'm going to be giving individual time and uncovering your individual anchor. What is it? What is at the root for you of why you haven't fully embodied who you know you want to become? What is at the root of why you haven't made your retreats in San Diego or Hawaii yet, as was my example? What is at the root of why you're still not playing at the level you yearn to be playing at? What is the root of that? So the women who join me, it's called The Awakening. It's happening on June 2nd and 3rd. It's a weekend, 4 years in the making. The women who join me, there were 20 spaces. It's going to be 20 women tops. They're already starting to sell out, so I hope if that's of interest of you, you will join us today. Ideally, you'll get your ticket today and trust that everything else is figure outable after that. The universe will support you figure out the details after you commit to being there. We are going to get to the core root of why you haven't sprung up into the you're meant to be. If you know that you're not playing at 100% in your life, with your happiness, with your joy, with the vision that you have, with who you want to become, then there is something holding you back. And if you could figure out what that is on your own, you would have by now. You would have by now. And I'm sure you've made some strides. I'm sure that you have read some great books or listened to some great podcasts or even done some online courses or coaching. But I'm telling you, if you really want to go next level, if you really want to get to if you want to stop, just forgive me for using the term, if you want to stop pissing around in the mid-range mindset weeds and money stories and these kinds of things and really just get to it, get to the bottom of it, get to the root and pull that out and rise up to the surface into who you are meant to be, who you were created to be. Have that conviction, that power, that, I'm getting chills all down my arms, that's meant for you. If you feel slightly out of alignment, slightly unsure if you're on the right path, slightly like you should be having more momentum than you're having, then you're right. There is something in the way. There is something anchoring you and holding you down. So at The Awakening, we are going to be figuring out what this is for you specifically, not just as some broad audience at a big event or in a broad audience book or podcast or broad audience online program. Those are great too, but this is for people who are dead serious about going next level. What we're going to do is pull out that weed, get rid of that anchor so you can really, the truth of your essence can float to the surface. And what that looks like for you is if you're in a 9-to-5 and you're wondering what else you could be doing or why you're not fulfilled, then let's get you the clarity of what you really, really, really want and what you have to offer the world. And let's get your next steps outlined for you right then and there together. If you are already an entrepreneur and you have done the work to get your business started and you've done the mindset work up until now that's got you to the level that you're at right now, but you can sense that you've plateaued a bit in your business is not taking off, you're not feeling as happy and excited as you once did, you're not having the momentum you desire, well, that's because everything you've done has gotten you to this point, and that's awesome. That is great. But if you've plateaued, it's time to go next level. It's time to do something you've never done before. It's time to come to an event specifically tailored to you, and that's specifically tailored to getting to the root cause of why you haven't bounced up yet. So I'm not going to be talking to you about try this strategy and try this strategy and try this business strategy and try this business strategy. These are surface level things. None of these surface level things are going to work until you have gotten rid of the core, deep weed, the anchor. You got to get rid of that. And then it won't matter what the hell you're doing. It won't matter what strategy you're doing or not doing, because your energy is going to do your speaking for you. And your intuition is going to give you all the guidance you need. So we're going to unplug that for you if you're already an entrepreneur. If you are someone who works in a corporate job, you are absolutely welcome to come. In fact, if you are a leader or a coach or someone who manages others in your workplace, or you desire to up level into a management role or a leadership role in your company, this is the place for you to be. This is the place for you to up level yourself, because we can only lead others as far as we have been willing and able to lead ourselves. And I don't know about you, but I'm the kind of person who thinks, I can do this on my own. I can figure this out by myself. I'll get there on my own. And I play my stubborn little girl part for a little while. And then I just get stuck and I don't go anywhere. And it takes me forever to figure these things out. And I stumble and fall. Then I start getting pissed off with how long things are taking and why aren't I moving forward and why am I still feeling stuck and stagnant. So it's when I reach out to someone who I resonate with, who I know connecting with them is going to serve me on my purpose, is going to help me move forward, catapult forward. When I reach out to them and I work with them, it's like they reach their hand out to me, I reach my hand out to them, and they yank me forward. They yank me forward. And that's what I'm here to do for you. So we're going to do this together at The Awakening. There were only 20 spaces. There aren't 20 spaces left anymore. This is only the first day registration has been open. I don't know how long the spaces are going to remain open. I hope you will join us. I will put the link in the comments so you can check it out. Maybe I'll do that right now in case anyone wants to have a look. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I put the link in the comments for anyone that wants to have a peek at that. I'll make sure there's still spaces left. I don't know for sure. They seem to be flying off the shelves, so to speak. But anyway, I know that the 20 women who are meant to be there are going to be there. So if this is calling on you, if there's something nudging you to join us, trust that feeling. Drop from your head. Your head will always try and convince you to stay small and to stay where you're at and to play at a low level of always being concerned about what might happen or what might not happen or what your finances are or how much time you have or what other people will think. This is playing in your head. This is your inner critic. If you're really ready to do the work, the deep inner work, if you're really ready to step up in your life and yourself, and how you're showing up in the world and how you're serving others in the world, then you need to be willing to face the fear and do it anyway. You need to be willing to hear the inner critic piece, but listen to the soft, subtle inner nudge, the soft, subtle intuition, that soft, subtle whisper inside of you that is saying, yes, do this. This is going to help you get to that next level. So if you're having that whispering deep down in your soul, listen to it, leap with it, and trust that your soul is always guiding you in your highest and best path, on your highest and best choices in life. So trust that. Don't let fear get in the way. All the other details are figure outable. Reach out to me. I'm super happy and willing and open to support you, to answer any questions you have, and to figure out a way to make this work for you if you have that tap on the shoulder that this is really meant for you and this would really serve you in your life. So let me know if you have any questions. This is for the woman who is ready to stop kind of playing around with the surfacey stuff and the mid-range stuff and really get to the deep inner core of what's holding her back, of what's anchoring her down in her life, in her business if she's an entrepreneur, or in her corporate role if she's in a company that she loves. And not only are we going to release those so that you can catapult up and spring forward, rise up in all areas of your life, but you are going to leave with a blueprint of exactly how to get from where you are to where you want to be. So if you come to me and say, Jen, it's so funny, I want to host retreats too, or I want to do live events, or I want to help people online like you do, or I want to support people with their health and fitness, or I've got people who do interior design, I've got people who do branding, I've got people who do photography, I've got people who do fitness, I got people who do nutrition, I've got people who do self-love, I have people that do YouTube channels, Instagram influencers, corporate managers, coaches, leaders. It's a wide variety, but what everyone has in common is that they desire to be the very best version of themselves, and they desire to serve others in a meaningful way, and they desire to live their very best life in whatever time they have left. And they are willing to feel the fear and do it anyway. They are willing to be leaders, and leaders always go first. Leaders inspire by example, not by their words. So I hope you will be the example. If you're feeling tapped on the shoulder, I hope you will join us. I hope you will feel the fear and do it anyway if you know that this would be in service to you. Have a look at the link in the comments. Again, it's a very small, intimate event. I don't know if I'll ever be running one again. We'll see how this feels once it's all said and done. Could be once in a lifetime. I'm not sure. If this is tapping you in any way, join us now. I love you. I'll have a quick peek if there's any questions. If you're watching the replay and you have questions, feel free to ask. I'll come back and answer them. Tag me if you can. Ooh, lots of people resonating. Yay. Okay, cool. I see a lot of people resonating, a lot of people thumbs up. This is awesome. Okay, you guys, I hope this served you in some way, the message. I hope that you can see that if there's something calling on you, if there's some inner niggling that you know you're not 100% clicked into place with who you're meant to be and how you're meant to be showing up in the world and what's possible for you, then this is for you. We're going to get to the root, the very deep core root of what's holding you back so that you don't have to wait the 4 years that I did. And I'm so happy that I've figured this out now and I can save you the 4 years that I just suffered through trying to figure this all out. You don't have to do that anymore. I've already done it for you. So I hope I will see you there. I will chat with you soon. As always, sending so much love, and I'll see you next time.